However, it seems as though the one profession in all professions, head coaches, if they've ever been good, they will always be good. Let me drop a fact that will hurt the feelings of my dearly beloved Marcellus and Greg Jennings.
Good luck.
13 NFL coaches have won multiple Super Bowls. But never have any of those 13 coaches had more than one losing season in between Super Bowls. You can win multiple Super Bowls. You can. You've seen it 13 times. But never has a coach who's won multiple had more than one losing season in between. Mike McCarthy is on his 4th losing season now. He's currently had 3 losing seasons. Sure. So if you can be over the hill as a quarterback, be over the hill as a running back, as a wide receiver, be over the hill as a general manager, maybe, just maybe, Mike McCarthy is over the hill as a head coach. And that is the Cowboys' biggest question mark.
How long did it take you to find some research like that and have everybody digging that up? Wow. Oh, man, it is their defense. It's definitely their defense. We know what they are on offense. We know that they're going to be able to score a lot of points. But defensively, when you go back to 2019, when Rod Marinelli was their defensive coordinator, they weren't a terrible defense. They finished 9th in total defense. So they were effective in a 4-3 scheme. DeMarcus Lawrence had his hand in the dirt versus standing up on the edge in the 3-4 scheme, which Mike Nolan then implemented in 2020. So it disrupted what they were building on prior to Mike McCarthy even taking over as the head coach. And so when I look at this defense, now you got a coach who's making decisions, who doesn't, even if he was over the hill, he better know how to find some who aren't, who are going to be up on the times. And that's what Mike McCarthy is trying to do. He's bringing in Dan Quinn, a guy who's had success defensively on that side of the ball, running a 4-3 scheme, something that he saw when he first took the job that worked for the Dallas Cowboys, but he let his ego kind of get in front of him and made some decisions and disrupted what was already working. So I know that the defense is something that they're going to focus on, and it has been their Achilles heel. Now, they do have to do some things offensively, but defensively, they just got to get better, even when it comes to personnel. It's not just solely on the coaching, because we all know coaches can draw up all kinds of schemes and plays, but the players are what makes it work.
Go ahead, Greg. Yeah, and they say I'm a contrarian. What the hell was Acho talking about its own coach? You mean, what, a Super Bowl champion coach? What, are there only 9 active head coaches that have won Super Bowl championships?
Greg weighed 188 back then, Marcellus. He's like 220 now. Wow. That was 40 pounds ago.
Yeah, but he's also not trying to play football anymore. Mike McCarthy is trying to coach, damn it. And he's trying to coach with his quarterback in tow. And healthy. Oh, his quarterback is healthy this year. Yes, because when his quarterback was healthy last year, the Dallas Cowboys averaged 32.6 points a game. You know what that would have been if he would have just stayed healthy and just kept being average? 32.6 points a game average. That would have led the NFL in scoring. Let me tell you why that matters. Because the teams that led the NFL in scoring, 1 through 9, all were playoff teams. Let's go even further. Let's dig deeper than that. Are you an outcast? Top 3 teams made the championship game. And the 4th team was number 6 in scoring offense, and that would be the Kansas City Chiefs. So basically, if you got you a scoring offense, all you need is a little bit of defense, and you got something there. Because I remind you, the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs had the 17th ranked defense. And then last year they lost in the Super Bowl with the 16th ranked defense. We're not talking about being top 10 in terms of defense. We're just saying just be average on that other side of the ball, Dallas Cowboys. Not historically bad. So with Dak Prescott back healthy, all they need to do is say, hey, we got a Super Bowl champion coach. We got a quarterback that can put up numbers. Defense, hold up your end of the bargain, and we can make some noise.
Greg Jennings, you play spades, big dog? Card game? You play spades?
Absolutely.
My dog. Sel kind of plays spades. At least he knows how it goes.
They say I give up butt.
Books.
Books.
Not
okay.
butt.
Well, I don't play that. Whoa. That went there. That's what.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play spades. I ain't talking to you. That's what I thought you said.
Back on track. Giving up books. Not to be confused with anything else on this show. G, and you know when you play in spades, big dog, if you lay out the high spade and you know you've won, but then your partner come out here and trump you or play out a good card unnecessarily. It's like, yo, we had already won.
What you doing?
Like you're undermining my success.
I do that.
Like that's what they mean when they say you give up books, Marcel. It's like you undermining my success.
I got a good card.
That's what Mike McCarthy does as head coach. Cowboys fought hard against the Rams week 1 last year. Mike McCarthy, he had the opportunity to kick the game-tying field goal. He passes on doing that. And then he goes for it on 4th down, and you saw how that squandered and how the Cowboys lose that game. Week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons, Cowboys played good enough and still found a way to win. But Mike McCarthy, 2 fake punts, 2 of them? 2 of them? One at your 29-yard line, the other at your own 40-yard line, undermining my success. Mike McCarthy, week 3 against the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all remember that time management in the 4th quarter? Mike McCarthy was taking timeouts home with him like it was a to-go meal. Like, Mike McCarthy, what you doing, big dog? You're undermining my success. The only question I will ask you all is this. Again, I said 13 coaches, multiple Super Bowls. Y'all think Mike McCarthy is more like Joe Gibbs, Bill Walsh, Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick? Or is he more like Brian Billick, Doug Peterson, Gary Kubiak, coaches that have won a Super Bowl and never won another? You just tell me what bucket you think Mike McCarthy falls in. He one and done bucket. That's all I got to say.
A lot of those instances that you talk about, going for it instead of kicking the field goal or the fake punts, what was he doing? What was the intent? Oh, I believe it was to put the ball back into the hands of my offense, which I can trust because Marcellus just laid it out. They were the #1 scoring offense in the league. So it only makes sense as a head coach to do what best fits and suits our team and our opportunities for winning. I don't know. I'm not a genius. You wrote the book. You're an author. Marcellus, you're an author. I mean, hey, sometimes you got to just look at it for what it is. It's really right in front of you. This team needs to improve with the
Here's the thing, G.
You got him, G. You got him.
Always on the
But
coaching,
G,
my friend.
you just said you knew spades, big dog. You just said you knew spades. If you already got a win in hand, what I want to go play and win for? We already got a win in hand, G. Mike McCarthy, the issues that he was making, G, were selfish, but they were selfishly hurting the team. Oh, let me run a fake punt to get the ball back to my offense. Mike McCarthy, I understand what you're selfishly trying to do, but like spades, G, it's a team game. I don't need to try to go out there and win every book myself as if I'm playing by myself. Cowboys have an offense. They have a special teams unit. They have a defense. Sound like you a selfish spades player. Remind me to find another partner.
Wow. That's how he going to treat you, G. I love when he repeats it, too. G, you told me you were a spades player. You told me you could play spades. But then he ain't got nothing to say after that. He just repeated himself twice. Because, look, if you give me a Super Bowl champion coach, and then you give me a quarterback that can go out there, never have a losing season when healthy, and also have the